Okay, we're going to be reading about a little bit about Caleb and Numbers 13. While we're studying it, I want you to ponder about your inheritance. I want you to remember when the inheritance was spread out to each and every tribe of Israel, the Levites had a special inheritance. We are to be kings and priests. If we are priests of Yahweh, we will get the same inheritance as the Levites did. Yahweh says, I am the Levites' inheritance. They did not get any land. Well, anyways, in Numbers 13, verse 1, and Yahweh spoke unto Moses, saying, Send thou men, that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel. And every tribe of their fathers shall you send a man, every one a ruler among them. And verse 6 says, Of the tribe of Judah, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh. So Numbers in 13, verse 17, Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan. They said unto them, Get you up this way southward, and go up into the mountain, and see the land, what it is, and the people that dwells therein, whether they be strong or weak, few or many, and what the land is that they dwell in, whether it be good or bad, what cities they be that they dwell in, whether it's tents or strongholds, and what the land is, whether it be fat or lean, whether there be wooded therein or not. And be you of good courage, and bring of the fruit of the land. Now the time of was the time of first ripe grapes. Verse 21, So they went up, and they searched the land from the wilderness of Zin unto the Rehob, as men come to Hamath. And they ascended by the south, and came unto Hebron, where Ahiman, Shahai, and Talmai, the children of Anak, were there. Now Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan in Egypt. And they came unto the brook of Eshcol, and they cut down from there a branch with one cluster of grapes, and they bare it between two upon a staff. That's how big it was. And they brought of the pomegranates and of the figs. The place was called the brook of Eshcol, because of the cluster of grapes which the children of Israel cut down from there. And they returned from searching of the land after 40 days. They went and came to Moses and to Aaron and to all the congregation of the children of Israel unto the wilderness of Paran, to Kadesh, and brought back word unto them and unto all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. And they told him and said, We came unto the land where thou sent us, and surely it flows with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great. Moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. The Amalekites dwelt in the land of the south. The Hittites and the Jebusites and the Amorites dwelt in the mountains. The Canaanites dwelt by the sea and by the coast of Jordan. And Caleb stilled the people and before Moses and said, Let us go up at once to possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. But the men that went up with him said, We be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. And they brought up the evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, The land is, though which we have gone to search it, is a land that eats up the inhabitants thereof. And all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature. And there we saw the giants, the son of Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight. Numbers 14, verse 6, and Joshua the son of Nun, Caleb the son of Jephunneh, which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes. And they spoke unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying, The land which we passed through to search it is an exceedingly good land. If Yahweh delights in us, then he will bring us into the land, and give it to us, a land which flows with milk and honey. Only rebel not against Yahweh, neither fear you the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them, and Yahweh is with us. Fear them not. Numbers 14, verse 20, and Yahweh said, I have pardoned according to thy word, but as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of Yahweh. Because all those men which have seen my glory, and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, all these people that searched the land saw all of this, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice. Surely they shall not see the land which I swore unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoked me see it. But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him, and has followed me fully, him will I bring into the land wherein he went, and his seed shall possess it. In Joshua 14, verse 6. Then the children of Judah came unto Joshua in Gilgal, and Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite said unto him, Thou knowest the thing that Yahweh said unto Moses, the man of Elohim, concerning me and thee in Kadesh Barnea. 40 years old was I when Moses the servant of Yahweh sent me from Kadesh Barnea to spy out the land. And I brought him word again as it was in my heart. Nevertheless, my brethren that went up with me made the heart of the people melt. But I wholly followed Yahweh my Elohim. And Moses swore on that day, saying, Surely the land wherein thy feet have trodden shall be thy inheritance, and thy children's forever, because thou hast wholly followed Yahweh thy Elohim. And now, behold, Yahweh has kept me alive, as he said, these 45 years, even since Yahweh spoke this word unto Moses, while the children of Israel wandered in the wilderness. And now, lo, I am this day 85 years old. As yet I am strong this day as I was in the day that Moses sent me. Hallelujah. As my strength was then, even so is my strength now, for war, both to go out and to come in. Now therefore give me this mountain, wherein Yahweh spoke in that day, for thou hast heardest in that day how the Anakims were there, and that the cities were great and fenced. If so be Yahweh be with me, then I shall be able to drive them out, as Yahweh said. And Joshua blessed him, and gave unto Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, Hebron for an inheritance. Hebron therefore became the inheritance of Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, unto this day, because that he wholly followed Yahweh Elohim of Israel. And the name of Hebron before was Kirjah-Arba, which Arba was a great man among the Anakims, and the land had rest from war. Joshua 15, verse 13. Joshua 15:13. And unto Caleb the son of Jephunneh he gave a part among the children of Judah, according to the commandments of Yahweh to Joshua, even the city of Arba, the father of Anak, which city is Hebron. And Caleb drove thence from the 3 sons of Anak, Shishai, Ahiman, and Talmai, the children of Anak. He went up thence to the inhabitants of Debar, and the name of Debar before was Kirjath-Sepher. Caleb said that he that smites Kirjath-Sepher and takes it, to him will I give Ashshah, my daughter, to wife. And Othniel, the son of Kenaz, the brother who was the brother of Caleb, took it, and he gave him Ashshah, his daughter, to wife. And it came to pass, as she came unto him, she moved him to ask of her father a field, and she lighted off her ass. And Caleb said unto her, What wouldest thou? Who answered, Give me a blessing. For thou hast given me a south land, give me also springs of water. And he gave her the upper springs and the nether springs. Numbers 14, verse 24, But my servant Caleb, because he has another spirit with him, and has followed me fully, him will I bring into the land whereunto he went, and his seed shall possess it. All of this story we just read has symbols in it that represents our inheritance and what we have to go through. And what is our inheritance? Our inheritance is the kingdom of Yahweh. It's a great mountain. We have to overcome great sins, these Anakims, these great people, strong and tall. Caleb had a different spirit because of this. Yahweh was going to bring him into the land so that he could possess his inheritance. Obedience or disobedience will cost Israel their blessings and inheritance. Many believers don't enter in because of their spirit. We need Caleb's spirit. People will look at the scriptures and read what it says and say, I can't follow that. We don't have to follow that. They have a bad, different spirit. You have to have the spirit of Caleb to follow Yahweh wholly. Now, the word Hebron means union or association. So Yahweh's inheritance is complete union with him. This is where we find rest, in his kingdom. Joshua, we all know, is the type of Messiah. Yahweh is salvation. Caleb represents the type of a victorious church. We are in the church. We are the church. Now, there's 7 characteristics of Caleb. He was a man of vision. He saw the land as the possession of Yahweh's people. He saw Hebron as his inheritance. The others saw in the natural. Caleb sees in the spiritual. He had a vision of Yahweh. Do you think of this your inheritance? What are you thinking? Are you thinking natural? What does it say in Scripture? Anyone who's friends with the world is at odds with Yahweh. We are looking towards the spiritual kingdom of Yahweh. That is where we're heading. That is our inheritance. Caleb was a man of faith. In Numbers 13, verse 30, and Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, Let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. We are well able to overcome our sins. We have Yahweh on our side. If Yahweh be on our side, we will be able to do it. Just like Caleb said. Numbers 14:9, only rebel not you against Yahweh. Hello? For crying out loud. People will rebel against Yahweh. Don't eat this food, they'll eat it. Don't do this, they'll do it. Rebel not against Yahweh. Neither fear you the people of the land. Don't be afraid of these people out there. They don't believe. They're pagans. They won't follow Yahweh's way of life. They don't agree with the morality that Yahweh presents in the scriptures. Fear you not the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them. They have nobody defending them. And Yahweh is with us. Fear them not. Faith reasons from Yahweh to the difficulties. Unbelief reasons from the difficulties to Yahweh. Faith sees victory. Faith brings a good report. Faith sees with the eyes of Yahweh. Faith says, I'd like to introduce you to Yahweh. Faith brings vision into being. Now, Caleb was also a man of perseverance. Faith needs to persevere. Caleb had to wait 40 years. He believed Yahweh back then when he was 40 years old. He believed it, but he still had to wait 40 years. He was 85 years old. In the midst of a campfire negativity, 10 instances of murmuring, perseverance comes because we see what Yahweh sees. He tells us what's going to happen. Our inheritance is the kingdom of Yahweh. We will be just like Yeshua. We will have a body like him, and then we will be able to see him because we will be like him. Caleb was a man of encouragement. He spread a good report. So can we. Follow Yeshua and Yahweh, follow the scriptures, and you will have a good life. You will be able to enter into the kingdom. Yahweh is with us. And are we ready to encourage others? Caleb was a man of loyalty. He supported Moses. He supported Yeshua. In Joshua 14, verse 6, then the children of Judah came unto Joshua in Gilgal, and Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite said unto him, Thou knowest the thing that Yahweh said unto Moses, the man of Elohim, concerning me and you in Kadesh Barnea. 40 years old was I when Moses, the servant of Yahweh, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to spy out the land, and I brought him word again as it was in my heart. Nevertheless, my brethren that went up with me made the heart of the people melt. But I wholly followed Yahweh my Elohim. People will read the scriptures and what he tells you to do, and people will say, you don't have to follow his laws. You don't have to follow his way of life. You don't have to follow anything that's in the Bible's just an old book. It was written by old men. Just like in the story of Caleb, his brothers said that the land was bad. Nevertheless, my brethren that went up with me made the heart of the people melt. But I wholly followed Yahweh my Elohim. And Moses swore on that day, saying, Surely the land wherein thy feet have trodden shall be thy inheritance and thy children's forever, because thou hast wholly followed Yahweh my Elohim. And now, behold, Yahweh has kept me alive, as he said these 45 years, even since Yahweh spoke this word unto Moses, while the children of Israel wandered in the wilderness. And now, lo, I am this day 85 years old. He was 85 years old. As yet I am as strong this day as I was in the day that Moses sent me. As my strength was then, even so is my strength now, for war both to go out and to come in. Now therefore give me this mountain, whereof Yahweh spoke in that day. He didn't ask for flat land, he asked for that mountain. For thou hast heard in that day how the Anakims were there, the toughest people of the land they had to overcome. We have to overcome our sins. It's tough. They're strong. They got control of us, and we got to break away because we have Yahweh on our side to help us. And that the cities were great and fenced. Cities were great and fenced. Our habits are great and fenced in, and our psyche. Our sins we've lived in our sins and our controlled us all these years in our lives, and we're breaking away because of Yahweh breaking us free. If so be Yahweh will be with me, then I shall be able to drive them out. If Yahweh was with us, we will be able to drive out our sins and avoid them and follow his way of life. As Yahweh said, Joshua blessed him. Our Yeshua blesses us. And gave unto Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, Hebron for an inheritance. When Yeshua will bless us, we will receive the inheritance of the kingdom of Yahweh. This story is full of symbols of what we are going through. He was loyal to those who Yahweh placed over him. Now Caleb was also a man of war. Joshua 14 verse 10, and now behold, Yahweh has kept me alive and said, these 45 years, ever since Yahweh spoke this word unto Moses, while the children of Israel wandered in the wilderness, and now, lo, I am this day 85 years old. And yet I am strong this day as I was in the day Moses sent me. As my strength was then, so is my strength now for war, both to go out and to come in. Now therefore give me this mountain, whereof Yahweh spoke in that day, for thou heard in that day how the Anakims were there, and that the cities were great and fenced. If so be Yahweh will be with me, then I shall be able to drive them out, as Yahweh said. 85 years of age, and he was not afraid of the enemy. Deuteronomy 9, and a people great and tall, the children of Anakims, whom thou knowest and whom thou hast heard say, who can stand before the children of Anak? He chose the hardest place. He chose the biggest giants, and he had the highest place. And Caleb was also a man of blessing. Joshua 15:13, and unto Caleb the son of Jephunneh he gave a part among the children of Judah, according to the commandment of Yahweh to Joshua, even this city of Arba, the father of Anak, which city is Hebron. Caleb drove thence from the 3 sons of Anak, Shishai, Ahiman, Talmai, the children of Anak. And he went up thence to the inhabitants of Debar, and the name of the Debar before was Kirjath-Shepher. Caleb said, he that smites Kirjath-Shepher and takes it, to him will I give Ashshah, my daughter, to wife. Othniel, the son of Kenaz, who was the brother of Caleb, took it, and he gave him Ashshah, his daughter, to wife. And it came to pass, as she came unto him, she moved him to ask of her father a field. And she lighted off her ass, and Caleb said unto her, what wouldest thou? Who answered, give me a blessing, for thou hast given me a south land. Give me also springs of water. And he gave her the upper springs and the nether springs. He gave away the springs of water. Springs are more important than the land. Water is more important. He was blessed to be a blessing. He came into his inheritance, then he gave it away. Caleb was a man of attitudes. He was not content with the average or commonplace. He never thought in terms of fences and walled cities. It was the height for Caleb. And although the mountains he wanted was filled with the hostile Anakites, he refused defeat, and he claimed his inheritance. Our sins are hostile towards us. Refuse defeat and claim your inheritance. May Yahweh bless you with the Spirit like Caleb, and take your inheritance.